Exactly. So get ready. We're going to dig into the stuff you might have actually missed on the first or even second watch.
Okay, so what's really interesting right off the bat is how they handled something that was a huge deal before the trailer.
The leaks.
The leaks, yeah. How they addressed them.
Okay, let's get into that meta moment. So we see Jason, right, up on a roof. Looks like he's patching it up.
And Brian, the landlord guy, asks what he's up to.
And Jason just says, completely deadpan, just fixing some leaks. I mean, wow.
The audacity.
Right.
It's brilliant, though, taking a real-world kind of tricky PR thing.
Yeah, a headache for them, surely.
And just weaving it straight into the game with this little wink. What does that even signal?
Well, it signals they've got a serious sense of humor about, the microscope they're constantly under.
Right, and they're willing to be self-referential in a way that, honestly, not many studios would dare to.
It makes the whole development saga almost part of the game's own story.
Kind of meta, yeah. And then there's that final scene, Jason on the couch, the tech set up there.
Oh, that was great. You've got controllers that look, basically like PS4 controllers.
Yeah, definitely PS4 style.
But next to a console that looks suspiciously like a PS5.
And the internet just instantly went there, didn't it? All the jokes about Rockstar leaking the PS6.
So what's the take? Are they actually hinting at future tech? Seems unlikely.
Highly unlikely, I'd say. Not for a studio this obsessed with detail. It feels more like a playful dig.
At Sony? Or just at how fast consoles change?
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Or just Rockstar being cheeky again, Their world always has its own slightly off-kilter version of our reality.
Like they're fake brands.
Exactly, like Peace Wasser beer, which we saw again, by the way.
We'll get to that. But sticking with the characters for a sec. Jason's landlord, Brian. Okay, great shirt, first off.
Fantastic shirt.
But people immediately clocked the actor, didn't they? Stephen Root.
Instantly. Milton from Office Space, Fuchsia's from Barry, iconic character actor.
So why do they do that? Why cast these recognizable faces, or at least voices?
It just adds this incredible texture, I think. These actors, they bring a history, a presence.
Even for smaller roles.
Yeah. It makes the world feel more grounded, more authentic, even with all the satire. It feels like real quirky people live there.
Okay, let's talk sound. The music. Wow, that hit hard, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Straight out of the 80s. Wang Chung's Everybody Have Fun Tonight, Pointer Sisters Hot Together.
Just instantly transports you. What's the message there beyond just, setting a mood?
Well, it anchors it firmly in Vice City, doesn't it? Those tracks are so tied to that era, that vibe.
Right. It screams Vice City.
And it strongly suggests, it has to mean, we're getting those amazing 80s radio stations back.
Which are just such a huge part of the fun for so many people.
Absolutely. Essential GTA.
And speaking of Vice City throwbacks, someone with sharp eyes spotted a Peace Wasser sign in the rusty Anchor bar.
That's the one. For the veterans, that's a deep cut, like you said.
So what's the deal with bringing back these fake brands? Is it just a running gag?
It's partly that, yeah. Peace Wasser's been their go-to parody of cheap lager forever. Seeing it again is like a little nod, a wink to the fans.
Comforting, almost.
And it shows they're still committed to that consistent, funny internal world they've built. These recurring jokes become, like, part of this series' DNA.
But the nostalgia seems to run even deeper. There was that super quick flash, like a TV ad.
For Phil's ammunition, yeah?
And it showed a guy, looked like a vet, missing an arm.
Phil Cassidy. Has to be.
From GTA 3, Vice City. The slightly crazy arms dealer. Why bring him back, even for a second?
It's just a brilliant way to tie the different GTA eras together, isn't it? Feels memorable.
Definitely.
So seeing him, even like this, it creates that sense of continuity. It rewards you if you've been playing these games for years. You get these little updates on old faces.
Okay, let's shift to the satire. Because, that's GTA's bread and butter, right? Sharp commentary.
Always. And those quick cuts showing that, like TikTok or Reels interface.
Spot on. Looked exactly like it. What are they telling us there?
It feels like a pretty clear sign that GTA 6 is going to take aim at our current social media obsession. Short-form video, influencers, all that stuff.
Makes sense. GTA V went after Facebook and Twitter pretty hard.
Exactly. This is just the next evolution, reflecting what's dominant online now.
And even tiny details get the treatment. That football jersey, the Leonida manatees.
Yeah. The colors, logo.
Yeah.
It's obviously poking fun at the Miami Dolphins.
But why? Why bother satirizing a football team logo?
It's that commitment again, isn't it? To making their world feel real, even in its absurdity. Leonida is their Florida.
So you gotta have the Dolphins parody.
Pretty much. But it's how specific it is that makes it funny. Shows they think about everything.
And the ads in the background. Saw Patriot Beer with the American Dream slogan.
Another returning brand layered with satire.
And that plane banner. 9-1 Vice City, Y69 when you can shit. 919.
Classic Rockstar. Just a silly number pun flying overhead.
The density is just wild. What do all these background jokes actually do for the game?
They make the world feel alive, like it has its own weird logic, its own bad jokes, its own culture. It adds so much depth without needing big exposition dumps.
Okay, but it wasn't all jokes and satire. We definitely got some hints about gameplay, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That scene at the, beach gym, Jason's bench pressing.
And he looks like he's getting bigger, more muscular.
Exactly. That's got to be the return of the gym mechanic from San Andreas, surely, letting you change your character's build.
The visual cue is pretty strong, yeah.
Yeah.
It points towards being able to customize your look, maybe even stats, through exercise again.
Adds that RPG layer back in.
Gives you more agency, more ways to shape your character.
And what about Lucia? We saw her in what looked like underground fight clubs.
Yeah, those scenes definitely suggest organized street fighting is back as an activity.
Like in the older games. Another side hustle.
Exactly. Always popular, those kinds of activities.
Right.
Offers a different kind of challenge.
Then there was the house. Their safe house, presumably. We see it looking pretty rough. Then later, it looks like it's being fixed up. Plus that cheeky caption about home decorating.
Yeah, that felt like a very strong hint about upgrading and customizing safe houses.
Which people love. What does that add, functionally?
A sense of progression, of putting down roots, investing in your space, making it yours, adds immersion, connects you to the world more.
Ties into the economy, too, probably.
Could do, yeah. Resource management, spending your cash.
Even just seeing them toast with that Deho beer in the club.
Looked a lot like Corona, didn't it?
Totally. Another fake brand, another little satirical jab.
It just reinforces that consistent, slightly silly reality they build. It all fits together.
Oh, and one last tiny thing. That Hurricane Roxy poster. In the background at the Rusty Anchor.
Yeah, saw that. Seems like more than just random set dressing.
Feels like it. Like
Yeah.
world building. History.
Exactly. It implies stuff has happened in Leonida before our story starts.
Yeah.
Makes the setting feel richer, more lived in. Sparks theories, too.
It is honestly staggering how much they crammed in there. Under 3 minutes of trailer.
And it's just packed with detail, humor, references, hints.
It really shows you their approach, doesn't it? Meticulous doesn't even cover it.
It really doesn't. And these aren't just like throwaway gags. They're fundamental to building that immersive, satirical world that is Grand Theft Auto.
It's why people keep playing and finding new stuff ages after release.
That level of detail, yeah.
So, wrapping this up then, thinking about everything we just saw, all the jokes, the Easter eggs, the throwbacks already in this one trailer.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does. What else? What other parts of modern life, or maybe deep cuts from old GTA games, do you think are going to get the parody treatment or a callback in the full game?
Plenty to chew on there while we wait.
Definitely gives you a lot to think about.